On the 18th of October, a nationwide movement launched named the No Kings Protest. Over 5 million people joined it. This isn't just a common protest in a particular region. It included a coalition of progressive groups, including Indivisible, ACUU, Public Citizen, and the 50-51 movement. The protest derived from a slogan: no thrones, no kings, no crowns.
What brings you out here today?
Democracy is dying and we have to save it.
But why? How did it started?
It all started on the 14th of June, when Trump celebrated his 79th birthday with the Army. Because it was also the 250th anniversary of the US Army. It led to outrage across the United States. But why? Everything sounds fine. Then what happened? People across the states said that Trump used his power to show himself as a powerful leader to the world. Thousands of military personnel, hundreds of tanks, and many world leaders joined his parade. People accused him of using his power to portray himself as a king by controlling the military for personal display.
I don't understand why he can't look past himself and focus on something to fix on the country, in the country, anything. He's just focused on himself as always.
He had even proposed it in his first presidency, yet it was rejected due to lack of majority. But that is not the only point. There's more that raised concerns over Trump's presidency. Before diving into that, this is not the first time such a phrase is used for a government. It has been used long before.
One of the most famous instances was against King George III. It was first used in 1776, during the Declaration of Independence in the United States. When George III was the king, his colonial policies outraged citizens. He sent soldiers into colonies even when there was no war, just to scare and control people. He shut down local governments when they disagreed with him, showing centralization of power in one hand. He called colonists rebels and ordered armies to fight them rather than making peace. Therefore, people abolished his rule and demanded accountable governance instead of monarchy. But what were Trump's decisions that caused the protest?
The first was the ABBA Bill, an acronym for the One Big Beautiful Act. This law was signed by the president on the 4th of July, 2025. It's nearly 900 pages long and contains hundreds of provisions such as standard deduction from non-taxed income, making tax rates permanent, overtime payment differing by age group, tightening welfare programs like SNAP, and other low-income assistance programs.
But this isn't as good as it sounds. The bill divided public opinion into two groups.
Some people say it helps the economy and gives people more money to spend. Others say it helps the rich more and cuts help for the poor. But what is the truth? Critics argue that the bill disproportionately benefits the wealthy, with significant tax cuts for high earners and corporations.
And also increased national debt. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that the bill will add approximately $3.4 trillion to the national deficit over the next decade due to reduced revenues and increased spending. The first 8 months of his second presidency, Trump signed over 200 executive orders, many of which have been or are being challenged in court. His attempt to expand presidential power and conflict, to make himself a supreme leader who can make decisions on his own. Many of his administration's actions were found by judges to be illegal.
Look at this graph. This is the Democracy Index. If you notice, you can see there's a down dump between 2015 and 2020. This graph shows America slightly becoming less democratic and more authoritarian. A process of regime change towards autocracy that makes the exercise of political power more arbitrary and repressive, restricting the space for public contestation and political participation.
In the process of government selection, power is becoming more controlled by a few people and citizens have less freedom or influence in politics. This trend is said to have grown after Donald Trump's presidency. If this continues happening, then autocracy will increase. It will cause the leader to make decisions without asking the public. Freedom of speech and opposition are usually limited or punished. And often there are no free elections. And if there are, they're mostly unfair.
Senator Bernie Sanders supported the protest by calling it a Love America rally.
Millions of Americans are coming out today, not because they hate America, we're here because we love America.
But on the other hand, the image is completely different. House Speaker Mike Johnson said that the protests included the pro-Hamas wing, the Antifa people. He even called the protests a Hate America rally.
We refer to it by its more accurate description, the Hate America rally, okay? And I'm not sure how anybody can refute that.
What do you think of this? Let us know in comments. But how did Trump reacted to the protest? Here's what Trump himself said when asked about the protest. He was very clear about it. He said, "I don't feel like a king. I have to go through hell to get stuff approved," implying that even as president, he still faced limits and opposition.
This is all about the No Kings protest of 2025, which caused the largest single-day protest in American history. Huge, right? But what do you think? Who is right here? Is it a Love America rally, or is it really a Hate America rally?